It is said that mankind can be traced back to monkeys, and in both human and ape society, the most dominant of the species, or the alpha, is deemed the most attractive and desirable. However, in 2016, the women of Japan took this to another level, simping for a gorilla sex god. Reject humanity. Return to monkey.
Go back! I want to be monkey!
Good afternoon, your nation. Now, some of you may recall vague memories from an ancient time known as 2016, where we lost our great monkey messiah known as Harambe, whose death cast the world into a new dark age. But today's story isn't about our great ape martyr. Marty. In 2016, another ape grew into interspecies stardom, achieving what your average Western Reddit gamer with a patch of hair under his second chin could only ever dream of. Having a horde of Japanese women clawing and fighting for his attention. Introducing Shabani, the Japanese patron god of sexy. Historically in media, gorillas have long been sexualized from as early as 1930 with King Kong, Tarzan's dad, and Winston from Overwatch. Commonly, these apes owe their sex appeal to the fact that they are dominant, assertive, and know how to take charge, which once again, media has proven is what we humans find sexy. So who is Shabani? A humble western lowland gorilla born in the Netherlands, he was transferred to Australia since young, and then he was later transferred on to Japan to ensure genetic diversity among the Japanese population. Among the Japanese gorilla population. Currently residing in Higashiyama Zoo, this seductive silverback is said to be sexier than George Clooney, with the Japanese people calling him an Ike-man. And also having a DVD documentary titled Shabani, the gorilla who's just too hot, which could also be the title of his sex tape, caused a massive wave of simping online and single-handedly skyrocketing the amount of visitors to the zoo, mostly female but also some males who came to take notes.
The number of young women visiting has doubled since the addition of the ape.
And I'm not sure how far true this part is because I couldn't find any legit sources on it, but apparently it got so wild and nasty that some visitors dropped their panties and literally flung it into Shabani's exhibit, hitting him in his face. But again, I couldn't find any sources on this. The most I could find was some dude on TikTok talking about it, and we all know TikTok is the most recognized source of facts on the internet. So take that as you may. But what is it about this sexy simian that drives people to the edge of committing bestiality? You could say it's as simple as his chiseled features and being covered head to toe in muscle. Women, am I right? Well, according to this website I've never heard of, we recognize human traits in Shabani Boy, like how he's a caring parent, and just like how we find a strong parental duty to be attractive in other humans as well, we see that in him.
子供と直接遊ぶことはない、ほぼないヒデなんですよね。ですけどシャバーニは
He's also a gorilla of many talents, including tightrope walking, breakdancing, holy shit, that's actually impressive, high jumping to grab a banana, but hot damn, I'd rather burn my hands grabbing those steaming hot buns. And here you can see him getting lost in thought like an ancient Roman philosopher. A caring parent, full of talent, and a stoic intellectual. These are all attractive features, not just in humans, but in all living beings. But that doesn't give you an excuse to diddle your cat. We at Urination do not condone diddling animals. And you might be as surprised as I was to find out, but for how much the internet loves sexualizing inanimate objects / animals, I am glad I did not come across anything about Shabani. In fact, I couldn't really find anything about it, which is honestly a huge sigh of relief. Also, I now know that gorillas have smaller peepees and balls as compared to smaller monkey species. So now you know that size doesn't equal size. However, no king rules forever, and Shabani, just like the bipedal Justin Bieber and Britney Spears, cracked under the pressure of stardom. The overwhelming amount of fans flocking to his exhibit, wanting to see him and screaming his name, became too much for the gorilla who only wanted to live in peace. Thus, he grew a little anxious, And Shabani, much like many introverts I personally know, realized, hey, humans are assholes, and began to lock himself up in his room and barely showing his face. Eventually, the zoo put up signs telling visitors to behave themselves, not to overcrowd the exhibit, and especially not to scream out the name of this fragile but handsome young man. Since his exodus from fame and rejection of humanity, not much has been heard of Shabani. Although he has been spotted in the occasional movie poster or Valentine's Day promotion, not much has been heard of Shabani since then. Leaving behind posters, marketing material, and awakening new fetishes among the population, Shabani faded back to the normality of being your average zoo mascot. And I'll be honest, even in researching this video, I couldn't find much new or interesting news on Shabani, probably because most of the articles were 5-6 years old, and many tweets online have now been deleted, probably because people didn't want their employers knowing they'd want to fuck a gorilla. But it was for the best for this metrosexual gorilla who only wanted to live in peace with his family. Thus ends the tale of Shabani. Give him an eggplant and let him be free. Thanks for watching, Monkey.